octopus right with no pen to stir. Every question's a puzzle, a riddle, a quest. On the Spearhead Project, they bring their best. Oh, it's the Spearhead Groove, where the facts don't snooze. From the big to the small, they've got it all. Oh, Bob and Jay, they'll spear your day with the truth that's strange and a laugh that stays.
Hey, welcome back to the Spearhead Project podcast. Today I'm here with my best friend Jay, my son Jason, and my best friend's spouse, Anita, that I've known for 33 years. We've been friends. We've been talking about recently starting a segment in the Spearhead Project podcast called Regular People. So today we get to talk to one of my favorite regular people. Somebody who's a deep Christian and really a good mom and a good wife and a really, really good friend. So I'm excited to have her on the show. I know these guys are too. We have some questions teed up for her that she really doesn't want to answer. And she's really eager to hit that door as fast as she can.
Just doing a couple.
One apiece. One question apiece. And why don't you start off, Jay?
Okay. So, mine comes from a very personal thing in my life. If you can go back in time to when you were like 16 years old and tell yourself one thing, what would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself to continue with faith and not fall prey to the things of the world around me. That's what I would tell myself. Because I think as a teenager, it's so simple for people to get pulled out of their viewpoint of the things that they were raised in. Like, I'm a preacher's kid, but my dad really never had a church per se.
Yeah.
But yet, I was brought up believing, and I think that I wish I would have made a lot better choices, especially after I joined the military. You know, like a lot of people do, you either join the military or you join college, or you go away from home and you kind of want to sample the life of the world.
Yeah.
So,
I guess to add to that, like as a parent, we've known each other for a really long time. Knowing that now, do you wish that you could have guided your children, or even my children, because you've guided my children too, in that path a little more?
yeah. Whereas, like when I grew up, my parents made me go to church, and they always told me, "Listen, you might not want to go to church today, but the thing is most of the time when you don't want to go to church or you don't want to do something, that's when you really get something out of it." And I found that to be true in a lot of things in life, things that you're not happy about doing, but when you are put into a spot where you're out of your comfort zone, you learn something almost every time. And so I wish that me and Jay would have been more on point, like when we raised our kids, of course, you know, our son was highly functioning autistic, so some things like music and things like that at church, it irritated him, sounds, things like that. But the good thing is a lot of churches nowadays do have services. So some of the bigger ones anyway, try to have services for people with special needs. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think I've seen that really evolve in your life probably over the last 3 or 4 years. It's exciting for me to watch. I wish I had the passion for it that you do. I really do. It's fun to watch though, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah. To piggyback on what my good friend Boop said, I am too, because she's the rock in our household. Seeing what her commitment to God, you know, only makes me not only proud to be her husband and you know, I'm so grateful and thankful for the blessings that God blessed me with this woman, but just seeing how she, like, again, the rock, the glue that keeps our family together, you know, knowing that her faith in God is really something I wish I had. You know, I'm very faithful to God, but not like Anita is. So
I agree. Not that I agree for me, not for you, but it has been inspiring for sure.
Well, I'll take you back a little bit, Anita. We're going to go back to, what was it? Probably 1993 when we met. Was it? Oh, not 93.
90.
89, 90 time frame.
90.
February
1st.
Yeah.
Baby.
And just to let you guys know, we both obviously were in the Air Force, and we had a bar in our dormitories, and she was sitting there, and I just got off at work, and I just moseyed down to that bar and stuff. But my question is for you. You were engaged at the time to another person, and obviously I strolled into the bar, and she wasn't drinking at the time or anything. I think she met the dorm manager and a couple people that were sitting there. So
I just arrived.
Yeah. So what made you change your mind? Because you were engaged to marry another person, but then you saw me.
Handsome face, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, at the time, Bob, I will tell you, I was missing a tooth. I got knocked out playing football, so it's like, oh my gosh. So how did I catch your eye, I guess?
I don't know. We wound up becoming friends first, I think, more than anything. Just because my roommate and Jay were
Ruby
friends.
Tyree.
They were co-workers and they worked together. So, yeah. But he had pretty eyes and a nice smile. And then he kept flirting.
Yeah. See, I don't know what they did. Well,
You flirt.
I did, because
Enticing a
they were doing
engaged
something.
woman is that'll
Well,
be killed in some countries.
Well,
And then you have to remember we're in Alaska. Like, so
those winter nights. No, but seriously though, I don't know what they were doing, if they just freshly painted her dorm room or they sprayed for like, I think it was roaches or somebody, because, you know, people are always coming in and coming out. So I think that's what they might have been doing. So she had to spend a little bit of time in the day room is where she slept. And I just basically kept bringing blankets and pillows, just kind of watching over you. You know, said, man.
he had like 4 blankets on me by the morning
by the end
time,
of it,
and I'm
yeah.
like, Gee whiz,
I was like
we're
a-
in Alaska, but
Yeah.
geez, we're inside.
I was like a guardian angel.
Four blankets is plenty.
Do a whole show on the 4 blankets, I think.
Oh my God.
What are you
I
thinking?
didn't know that.
I did not know you guys. Happened on February 1st, the first day you met.
I got up there on February the 1st, and everyone was laughing at me because I told them I was engaged at the time.
Yeah.
They all laughed. They're like, well,
I didn't laugh.
that won't be very long. That's
Yeah.
what all of them said.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever. And probably by about April, I called off engagement. But I think that a lot of it was because I didn't see the chance that I was going to be able to stay
Long distance relationship.
in a long distance relationship with the other person. So
And
Yep.
Back in the Stone Ages when this happened, like there wasn't the communication that you have today.
Yeah.
Either like
Right.
social media didn't
Yeah.
exist,
well,
telephones,
internet, yeah,
internet.
the internet, and
Even
Video
cell
call.
phones.
we couldn't
Yeah.
email, and stuff, and like to call someone long distance
yeah.
constantly,
And-
because hey, we were from the 1900s.
We're from the 1900s.
Dabba dabba doo. But I tell you this though, Jay,
Age, right?
don't take advice from Uncle Jay over here because when I was dating her, I wasn't like much of a touchy feely type guy, and plus I always wanted to hang out with my friends, male friends there. So when she wanted to like kind of like get out and go on dates and stuff, I was always making excuses. Hey, this person's going on leave. Can we go skiing or something like that? And then she finally caught me. She said, wait a minute, wasn't it Grifka's birthday just the other day? Oh, God. I knew the jig was up then, Bob.
I was like, you just celebrated his birthday last month.
Yeah, she caught me. I just wasn't a romantic guy back then. I just, for some
We kind of
reason,
had this thing where
she go
one
on
of
her
us would
friend.
go out on Fridays, usually another one would stay home, and then Saturday was one would go out with their friends or whatever. And then usually on Sundays we spent the day together.
Yeah, go out to
So
eat or something.
Well, apparently at some time we found time to hang out with each other.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
You got 2 kids.
Yeah.
yeah, well, we met and
And I will say this, man, it was
we were
bad.
married by December.
It was bad when my roommate walked in on us.
Well,
Hey, Bob, all I'm saying, man, that's when it hit 50 below. We had to warm. Something was wrong with the heat, the dorm.
when you're young, things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things happen. Well, I kind of promised Anita we keep this thing pretty clean, so
Yeah.
Still PG.
her face isn't quite the color of her notebook yet. So. However, Jason's face is the color of her notebook.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, man, stop.
Uncle Jay, keep your mouth shut.
It's fun.
Oh, man.
So, I guess moving on to my question. My question's a little complicated, just like me. But you're having a dinner party.
Okay.
It's a party of 4, a 4-seater. You're one of the seats. You can pick 3 people to join you at this dinner party. Alive, past, ever existed, whoever they are. Tell us
Yeah.
who they are,
And let's say I'm not there either.
Yeah.
So it's
Ooh.
like 3 other people.
who they are, and why you would invite
He
them.
was choosing you.
You weren't on the list, buddy.
Jesus, man. You're right.
Be hard.
And this could be anybody from history or somebody famous you want to meet, or of course, you come from a big family, so.
Really, I think I would want to see my great grandmother again. I would probably say my great grandmother, my dad, and Jesus.
So tell us a little bit about each of them.
Okay. Well, of course, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I mean, it would just be amazing to pick his brain
Yeah.
about just like everyday life stuff, like, what he experienced here on earth in the human form. I think for my dad was kind of a jack of all trades, and so he was always working, and so I never really got a chance to talk to him about some things. So I think for him, I would just want to try to get more information about like family history, know more about how he was raised, although I kind of have some clues. And for my great grandmother was alive during like when the Titanic sunk, and so she was a school teacher at like 15. And my grandfather was, I think, 17. They married probably before they were both 20. And they had a store in the Depression because my grandfather's father ran this general store. So, like, she used to tell us stories about the Depression and different things. And so that was always interesting. She was always a Christian woman, so she just was always interesting. She just always had stuff, and she was always so loving. So it's like, so.
I want to go back to the first one because Jesus would be on my queue,
Okay.
for sure. Definitely be on my list. I just be curious if you could ask just one question. What do you think that question would be?
I would be asking him all of those times that the Bible talked in the Old Testament about, the person that Jacob wrestled with, or of the 3 angels that met with Abraham, or the 4th person in the fiery furnace. Were all of those you? That's what I would be wondering.
That's awesome.
I mean, I personally think that he was already there. And so that would be my question. And I would be like wanting to know, what was your perspective on those stories from the Bible?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep thinking there. Way deeper than I was thinking.
Oh, with the soft voice.
Yeah.
You should have put a pipe in his mouth.
You said your grandma, right?
Yeah.
Is that Grandma Kelly?
Grandma Kelly.
Grandma Kelly.
So, kind of the same thing. What, like for me, for my grandma, she would not be one of mine. I knew her pretty well growing up, so she wouldn't. I would probably not pick her. There's some other people I want to hear from, but for for you, like for my grandma, if I brought her back, I want that cinnamon roll recipe. That's what I want, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So if you could sit down.
I would
across-
want my grandma
Was
to
that the
teach
stuff you were
me
saying?
how to make a lot of the foods that she
You
made.
said there was
'Cause
something they made that
she made some
would
awesome
love
stuff.
to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
I mean,
like
Was it
every
cinnamon?
Yeah, certain grandma cinnamon rolls are like the size of a Buick hubcap, and they were so good.
They were amazing. And I don't know that anyone in my family can actually make them
Yeah.
because she was always a pinch of this and a dash of that kind
Yeah.
of person.
Right.
But I agree with you, and I'm sure you feel this way, but like this is how I felt about my grandma was she could make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it was the absolute best peanut butter and jelly sandwich you ever had in your life.
Yeah.
Literally everything she touched was the best you ever had.
Yeah. Well, it is because of all the love. Like
Well, that's what I was going to say.
for me, my great grandmother was well, my great grandparents and my grandparents on my dad's side were like, for me, they were like my rock, you know.
Yeah.
Especially because when I was young, my parents had divorced, so like in that time of instability, having someone that loves you unconditionally, that will just hold you and rock you and listen to you, that's so important. And like nowadays, you know, you don't see that as much with families, like that connection,
Right.
because everybody's so busy on electronics or different things. Even the kids nowadays like are so involved with everything else that
I agree with you. And Dad, you got Dad, right? So I don't know that there's any question that I could ask my dad that I hadn't already asked him. But if I could sit with your dad, what question would you want me to ask him?
I know what I would ask him if I was there.
Go ahead.
I would ask your dad, says, you know, how did you be, you know, I mean, I guess I might know the answer, but is it, he could just build a house from nothing, like there could be nothing, and I've seen him do it because I was there helping him. Is like she said, he's a jack of all trades. Like what was that inside you that you want to learn all those things? You know, from fixing.
necessity.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
that's what I'm
think what it
saying.
boils down to, he was a farmer's kid to start.
Right.
I just think every farmer's kid usually just you were forced to figure it out.
Right.
You know, they just were forced to figure stuff out, and or they learned by making mistakes. And like we don't let people make mistakes and learn from them.
Necessity, I think,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like if you wanted to have nice things, you had to learn how to do it.
Right, exactly. You know, because you couldn't afford to
Well,
pay
well,
people for it, or
Exactly, Bob. Maybe he's the quantum computer back then
Right.
because they knew how to do everything. Now we lost that, like
Right.
you were
It's a
saying.
real fear.
Yeah.
if
it's on how to
I
fix
can
things.
see him again, if he could come back, I'd be my first thing I'd ask him is, can you please teach my husband?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 'Cause, well, hey, now I've done some stuff, honey. I agree with her though. I do agree with her.
He did put a back screen door on.
And with my good friend Bob there, he helped me.
You know,
But usually I
but
don't fix
if
things.
Bob Wample would not have been there,
Yeah,
Jay Kraviak would have been like,
it would have never got put
it would
on.
have never got put on.
But
It's a daunting task to do by yourself.
well,
You
It-
need a second set of hands for that.
Well, you do, because you need to, like Bob, he held it up while I was screwing it in. But it's like, that's the thing. Like, I would love to do that, not only obviously from an economic standpoint, because if you can fix it yourself, why would you pay a plumber to come in and do all this stuff? And that, by the way, I did fix that water spigot. Remember,
Yes,
I went
you
underneath
did.
the house and I hated it, but I did it. But that's, it's just having that knowledge. I mean, I know, kind of growing up with you, Bob, in a way, because we've known each other for 30 plus years, is like, you have that knowledge on certain subjects and things like that. I always wanted to learn how to fix things and, all these different, but I just, never had anybody sit there and teach me,
I'll be honest here. While we're having this conversation, I think for me, it's more confidence over competence. Like, I just believe I can do anything.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't mean I know how.
Just
I just believe I
right.
can.
Just throw the YouTube video on and
That's right.
got it down, baby.
Yeah, I don't always know what I'm doing, but I always think I can do it.
Yeah.
So I've not necessarily found a problem that I don't think I can fix.
I'm good at tearing things down.
Even if we
but
got to stare at it for 2 hours. Eventually we go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. We got this.
But yeah, I don't think I'm all that smart sometimes. I just believe I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Well, I just know that, like, if there's something that's got to be fixed, as long as Bob Wample is at the house to talk Jay down, and say, we can do this, we can do this, then it'll be okay. But if Anita tries to do that, yeah, it don't go as well.
Yeah, well, if you talk to my kids, they never want to work on anything with me either, so
I'm trying to do it myself, to be honest.
yeah.
So, Nita, one of the things I wanted to ask you, when you were, doing your Air Force career and you went on to higher education stuff, you took art. Would that have been a career field that you would have loved to go into, or was it just something that you were just interested in, but you wouldn't want to make a career out of it, or
It was
or
the few classes I took, it was because I had interest in it, but I couldn't get into classes that I needed to take at the time, so that's part of the reason why.
because I know you have I guess an eye for, like, because at the house you're always rearranging things and doing this, doing that. And I will say this, Nita, as much as chaos as it seems to cause, when it's all said and done, man, it sure does look beautiful. It looks like a work of art. So I was just wondering if you were just, when you were doing those art classes, did you really want to work in a field, whether it be interior design, being an actual artist,
I like stuff like that. It's
Okay.
just
I'm just
That's fine.
curious.
What just throwing it back at us now, what if any questions do you have for us? Was this a unique experience for you?
it was definitely different.
Was it as bad as you thought it would be?
No, it's
Did you
not
think your
bad.
husband was going to
No, no.
embarrass you?
He did. When does he not? That's just part of it, We forgive and we.
It's being forgiving.
Grace.
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 What questions do you have for us?
It's
your one chance to nail us.
Yeah. Anything from J to Bob. You remember when you used to beat up on your brother? How come you never let me and your dad alone when you were...
Same reason my kids don't leave me alone.
Oh no, like I think for me, like I would just say it's just been good to have good friends through all of these years, through hard times and tough times, and so like us having you guys in our lives, military friends are really truly like family. They're the family that you aren't allowed to kind of have a lot of the times when you're in the military, because you can't get back to see your family. So a lot of the times, and so I think, you know, I've said it before, like me and Kathy are probably closer than, you know, a lot of my family has ever been.
Or to our brothers.
And I mean, Jay, I think, would honestly probably go to you half the time before he would go to his brothers for advice or different things. And so, you know, it's a special camaraderie, you know. It's a special camaraderie that you get from being in the military. And, you know, Jay and I weren't really in, well, I wasn't in during any of the big conflicts or anything really, but like Jay, you know, deployed to Kuwait and Afghanistan, but, you know, it was always good to know that I could call friends and talk, and you guys kind of knew what was going on. And
What else you got, Jay? You look tired today.
Me? I never sleep. Yeah. Yeah. As a kid who grew up in that tribe, I would say that it's probably the most blessed one person could be. And just having family in other states. I never felt like I wasn't at home when we went to North Dakota or New York, or I felt like it was just like, even if we hadn't seen each other in a year or two or whatever, it's been a long time.
you just pick up
Yeah.
where you left off.
It's just, it feels like home the second you walk in there.
You know, you can walk into the house and pull open the refrigerator and say, "Hey, I'm getting a drink," or
Watch them grow up.
whatever.
When
Hey, I'm gonna watch this on your TV.
after Dad left the service, and you guys moved back to Pennsylvania on Orange Street, and we came to visit you. I remember walking into the house on Orange Street, and you and Zenny were playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's like just all those little things in life, you know, watching you guys grow up, man. It's like, oh my God. And then, of course, for you and Zen, oh my God, every time I saw you, it's like, oh my God, I gained another foot. I mean, you were giving Sasquatch a run for his money.
Yeah, early on.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
And then Zen just freaking started town. I was like shocked out. I think the last time when I don't know when it was, but when I saw or I saw Jay first, then Zenon came out, I was like, oh my God. Because Jay was always taller, you know? And it's like, oh my God, damn. Those babies come out of Kathy.
They didn't come out that tall.
No, they didn't.
But they're giants though, man. Maybe that's the Nephilim right there.
I feel speaking of giant children, I feel for my wife right now.
Yeah.
She's a little person.
Yeah.
She is all of 5'5" probably.
Let's hope she does not have a 10-pound baby.
Yeah. And she is 5 months in, and she's showing pretty hard already.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, my goodness. Yeah, have a Wampo baby. Throw it in there. It's going to be a 12-pound turkey.
This 12 with a giant dome.
Yeah.
Big head.
Hey, Bo, was how big were the boys when they were born? You remember?
I don't. I think Jason was like 9, and
23 inches.
yeah, 23 inches.
9. I've
Almost 2 feet.
7 ounces.
Yeah,
And he was 22 inches. And he was like 10 pounds.
yeah, and
Jeez.
and they induced Miss Kathy 2 weeks early because they wanted to make sure they got him out before he got any bigger.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Ours was only like 7'2" and 7'10", I think.
And, well, I know Nita, when JC was born, she struggled a little bit, but Gerald came. I had the catcher's mitt. I mean, man, he came right out. It was like load the torpedo tube.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I think that's enough for this thing.
Well, thanks for coming, Miss Nina.
Yeah.
I hope you guys like the regular people segment that we're gonna start doing here every so often, and make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah.